Hand of Fate. The fates guide him who will, him who won't, they drag. The ancient Greeks said that. One of the core irreducible truths of human incarnation is being subject to the hand of fate, to forces outside of our conscious control. There's a recent New Age tendency to psychologize everything, to see every aspect of health, wealth, and life in general as reducible to psychological causes. And by recent, I mean recent decades. But the citizens of Pompeii didn't share some psychological complex that required all of them to be enveloped in volcanic ash in 79 CE, at least one presumes. Some things are best understood as the hand of fate. Even insurance companies recognize acts of God that are not anyone's fault are subject to human control. Comrade Hamid said, "Fate is for those too weak to determine their own destiny." I'm not sure who Comrade Hamid is, but one assumes he didn't live near an active volcano. From a more mature perspective, Shakespeare wrote, "What fates impose, that men must needs abide. It boots not to resist both wind and tide." Another traditional view of fate is reflected by Emerson. Fate is nothing but the deeds committed in a prior state of existence. Unquote. But even if this were true in some cases, would it be true in every case? Do volcanoes erupt only when it is consistent with the prior deeds of those who live nearby? And even if fate were reducible to prior deeds of forgotten incarnations or inscrutable unconscious forces, how much does that perspective help you when you are in the hands of fate? If it keeps you from a victim mentality and allows you to approach fate from an empowered warrior stance, then I'm all for it. Where I'm really against it is when people are applying it to others in some kind of glib moral reasoning. Like in the 12 steps groups, they say, God only gives you the burdens you need to bear. Well, I don't want to be the one to explain that to a baby dying of AIDS. So when people are applying that karma thing to the suffering of others, it's very questionable. But if you want to apply it to yourself, I do in many cases with certain things, and it can help keep you from getting into victim mentality. Paraphrasing Don Juan, in other words, Carlos Castaneda, for the average man, everything is a blessing or curse, but for a warrior, everything is a challenge and a learning experience. Depending on how the hand of fate touches you, there may be better and worse options for interpreting and reacting to fateful occurrences. Consider this an auspicious time to contemplate how you respond to the hand of fate.